Hello, welcome to SD Game Talks. Today, let's take a look at the first week of the English Premier League results to see all the analysis and the statistics on board what we've got here. And first, we're gonna go with Liverpool, who defeated Bournemouth 4-2. And we're gonna see these strikers already. We talked about them to be one of the dangerous attackers and strikers we've gonna witness in the Premier League this season. We actually really talked about them, given the fact that Mohamed Salah is one of their best striker, but yet they went ahead again to sign these two dangerous people to add to this squad here, which is absolutely one of the strongest attack line in this Premier League. They didn't give up on their 2-2 drill when they were opening the Premier League on Friday. And here we're gonna talk about Hugo Ekitike. This is a wonders of the way he played was absolutely very good. Like the way he played was good. I think they're gonna form a very good combination between Hugo and Mohamed Salah right here. So they actually really played very well. And Hugo is proving to be, he wants to be actually one of the contenders for the Golden Boot in the Premier League this season. You could easily see his determination in the pitch, the way he played, and actually the finishes. Actually, he was first appearance in the Premier League, and you've gonna got the man of the match. A goal and an assist was something very, very good right here. And so we're gonna talk about, of course, one of the most underrated player right now in the world, who is Mohamed Salah. He's just so exceptional when you talk about the footballers right now. I don't know, the media keeps talking about Dembele, Lamine Yamal, but Mohamed Salah is something different from these two players. His consistencies, his finish, his presence in the pitch is absolutely very incredible. If you look at his goal, where he ran from, leaving his wing to grab the ball, where he finally got the finish, it was something unexpected from the defense line. They couldn't expect Salah to do such a thing. And then gonna go with the second guy here, Chiesa. He was so good when he stepped onto the pitch, and I think every player you find here, when they are given the opportunity to come to play, they are giving everything to win the first position, And so Chiesa here was very fantastic. I mean, one of the best signings as well, stepping in the second half and just making that name at the right time and at the right moment, bringing Liverpool back to the game. And of course, they ended up the game 4-2. And of course, we're going to talk about Wheat as well. Didn't score goals, but you could find his determination. You could find him being hungered, to get a goal in the ball and in the pitch. And then we're not going to forget about Gakpo. This is the guy. They held this team last season. And of course, they didn't work alone. Gakpo, Mohamed Salah, Luis Diaz, and of course, Diogo Jota. You find these players right here. They're actually gonna form a really good combination that is going to be difficult for English Premier League defenders. Honestly, they are so good. Like, they're going to cause a lot of drama in the defense line in the Premier League this season. Are you Liverpool fans? You're going to watch out for these front lines right here, because they've really got a lot to show in the Premier League this season. Now let's take a look as well. There were two breaks here. We've got new between Aston Villa and Newcastle United, where they draw all together. And you can see that Newcastle United actually, I think, really needs to get Isak on the game, but I'm sure it's too late for them already. Newcastle is a team that really actually wants to be a top Premier League contenders. I mean, he wanted to put himself in that position of the top 5 Premier League clubs, and so that is the reason why they went ahead to maybe asking for Hugo Ekitike, but they didn't meet up the criteria, so they didn't meet up to get Hugo Ekitike to join Alexander Isak. And for that reason, Alexander Isak as well is leaving the club. And based on this game they played, they are not so, I'm not going to say they're so weak, but then they still give up everything. But you see, they actually still really need someone like Alexander Isak, or a very perfect striker for the replacement. And we've got another 1-1 draw here between Fulham and Brighton Albion, where Fulham clinched the draw at the 90th minute. That means Brighton Albion was almost going home with 3 points as well, but at the 90th minute, Fulham stopped them from taking that position. And then let's move down here to Sunderland with West Ham. Sunderland denied to be welcome in the Premier League. Rather, he welcomed someone who was there before and has been there for a very long time. Let's take a look at this front line of Sunderland. And remember, the Sunderland has not been in the Premier League for the last 8 years or so, yeah? So they've gone ahead to spend a lot of money doing crazy signings that is absolutely working right now. They went ahead to sign Xhaka, Adingra, Simon, and all one of these players here. They are really giving their best. You find one of their best striker right here. They are actually really giving their best to maintain this position. Like they feel the absence in the Premier League for almost a decade. They can feel this absence, and of course it feels like they are not here this season to joke. So I think these are one of the teams that we need to look out for. If you are a United fan, City fan, Chelsea, Arsenal fan, these guys are so hungry to stay in the Premier League, and of course they want to cause any damage. They beat West Ham absolutely 3-0. West Ham has been in the Premier League for long. They've got this good experience, but the money they spend to come here, of course they really want to put that money into good use and into good perspective, you know. So these are the strikers we're going to be finding them in the Sunderland team, holding them strong in the Premier League as a welcome back. And then also we're going to go down here again to see another 3-0 defeat where Tottenham Hotspur against Burnley. And just note that Burnley was just promoted to the Premier League this season, and as well we've got here Sunderland, which is one of the promoters, but they were defeated by Tottenham Hotspur 3-0. And recently we talk about Tottenham Hotspur, who is a team that just went to the Champions League through the back door, and he's going to be playing the Champions League, but when they're through the back door, they went ahead to make some few significant signings where they've got Mohamed Kudus here right here to add to the team after Son left. But we talked about this earlier. Are they going to bring Tottenham Hotspur to the Champions League in the right way? I mean, are they going to end up in the top 4 of the English Premier League this season with the signing of Mohamed Kudus? But we talked about this, but then it's proven that these 4 guys are going to be as well so much more dangerous. If you look at the creativity between the 4 of them, they are absolutely very hungry to do a lot of damages to other teams in the Premier League. Mohamed Kudus is an exceptional signing for this team. If you watch the way he played, he was so good. His assists, and of course we're not gonna forget about Richarlison's finishes. Those were so perfect from Richarlison. The way he finished the balls, that is a very perfect striker. I mean, the collaboration between Mohamed Kudus and Richarlison is absolutely what Tottenham is going to put most of their trust in. If you look at these 2 of them, what they played last Saturday, Richarlison and Mohamed Kudus, they've really got a lot to offer to us in the Premier League this season. Mohamed Kudus giving 2 assists, and of course Richarlison making sure every opportunity is being kept slowly in the back of the net. Is a hope for the Tottenham Hotspur fans, and of course it's a threat to all the other clubs in the Premier League this season. And then we move down to Manchester City. The sleeping dog has rise up again in the name of Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola was so bad last season, couldn't find himself, couldn't recognize himself, because every club was beating Manchester City last season, from Ipswich to all other clubs. He couldn't just get a point from them, and he was absolutely so confused at the point where he went to the second page of the league table. Pep Guardiola couldn't believe himself. But then significantly, at the end of the day, Pep Guardiola came ahead of Chelsea, that Chelsea was second, and said they were not running for the title race. Let's see one of the reasons why I'm going to tell you that Enzo Maresca is crazy. So right here is what Pep Guardiola is going to be using, and of course they are absolutely proving it. And we talk about some of the most scariest strikers in the Premier League without mentioning here Erling Haaland. You cannot talk about this without mentioning Erling Haaland, and this is a threat to every defenders in the Premier League. If he's going to be on form, we said before in our previous video, if he's going to be on form, it's going to be a very bad signs for the Premier League teams, for the Premier League defenders. And he has just stepped it up and coming with that beast in him again. You know who, of course, Erling Haaland is. And of course, you're going to add here Cherki, who just came in, you know, and of course, he's so much hungry as well to make some points right here in the club. And he actually just had a goal if you see the way he plays, he's not just playing for football, but he's playing to make impact in the pitch. He's playing to gain a lot of positions, to gain trust as well from Pep Guardiola. And of course, Mamouche also is staying so very well. And we're going to talk about Jeremy Doku as well. A lot of chances created when he holds the ball. You feel the impression in him. You feel the way, I love the way he dribbles. You can't just dash into Doku. Rather, you can't just dash into Doku that way, because he's going to maybe beat past you. And of course, if you're gonna have Doku with a good dribbler and then Erling Haaland in the striking position, or you're gonna get Mamouche right here, these are two players who, when they get the chance, they're going to put it back into the back of the net. And if you're going to get all this squad right here, you do not want to joke with. And let's see this trio. This is so going to be a disaster to the Premier League teams, this trio, where you've got Haaland, Cherki and Omar Mamouche. I think if Pep Guardiola is going to find a blend between these three, so sorry for the rest of the Premier League teams, you've got to work hard in your defense line. You've got to work hard in building up your midfield, because I think as well as Liverpool, this is one of the most dangerous attacks. However, it's just the first day gone. Let's see what the second and the third day is going to hold right